then it moved west, now down to Bama. I'ma bring it back to New York. Hold on, then throw your hands up. Pass me a cup of the in the club with the juice in the get bent out. Then I'ma slide with it to my ride and head up to my penthouse. Oh, I'm not trying to take it slow. Working hard, caking dough. Open up 24. We striving for that goal.
I'll stop for nothing. I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Oh, giants, everything is shaking through the walls. 'Cause we are giants. Heart of David, you know it takes just one, and it's time.
CNN, this is Ghetto Editorial. See me like milk and Oreos. Dipped inside the audio. Platinum plaques in my portfolio. My lines are finest. They blow your mind like you could do what you wanna do, whether group or solo. Boston cold with a bowl of chili. Summer cheesesteak on the roll in Philly. I'm a patriot, don't do a hatred. If you make that beef, I'll smack you silly. Back on up on this. Before you with this, you better walk up and off the building up. Yes, oh, got the heat up the show. Face up the thermometer. I'm gonna take full control. Hey, Paul, let him know.
I'll stop for nothing. I will play this game that's so easily started, not so easily parted. Oh, giants, everything is shaking through the walls. 'Cause we are giants. Heart of David, you know it takes just one. TR.
Novus ordo seclorum, e pluribus unum. They changing climates and replacing humans and fracking soils, wild bulldozing forests, but they can't defeat us. They could not destroy us.
Are we dreaming the same dream of money, guns, and gasoline?
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's opening week in the NFL, and today we have two teams are more than ready to get the season underway. It's the Texans going up against the Bills. With that, let's call in our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this opening week matchup.
Thank you very much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL. The National Football League is here and on the air. Tonight, we'll have the final two games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Smart approach there, using the run to pick up the first. And that was a defensive setup they prepared for this week, knowing that keeping it on the ground was the best way to attack it.
And that means also that they're able to read them pretty well. All the things they prepared for, when they get to the line of scrimmage, they see it in pre-snap recognition and know exactly how to attack based on their planning and preparation.
And a lot of the weight of this offense falls on the shoulders of the running back.
That's because the offense knows if they give him any openings, any opportunities, he can turn it into a big play at any time.
He'll look to throw, and he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That was a good, strong run there. While one picked up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
To throw is Carr. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Charles, I know it's hard when live bullets are flying, but you cannot keep your hand up around the face mask area.
It is absolutely inexcusable nowadays. We talk about target areas all the time. You have to aim lower so that your hand doesn't get involved in the face mask.
This is caught. Watkins. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve.
All right, here we go. Red 18.
Carr now to throw. And his throw is incomplete. And so often we talk about electric playmakers as we look at the offense here. Sammy Watkins, he's an electric playmaker.
Love the word you used. Electric indeed. Dynamic. And this guy makes plays and opens the game up.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Here's Carr to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Now Carr. And it is incomplete. A disappointing drop there on 4th and goal. And this Texans defense stands tall. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now back to throw. That one complete to Anderson. And he's going to get this one all the way up to the 30. And they talked about how important the passing game was going to be against that defensive look. Good job there going to the air for the first down.
It's all about preparation. It's all about planning. And then it's about execution. So put it all together in practice. Okay, this is what we think we're going to see. This is how they get to it. And then when the game comes, read it and attack it.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Now the Bills' offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Wide open receiver complete. A good pickup there at 22.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And now a first down following that long gain. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this is caught by Watkins. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And you see zone defense, and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call. You've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back.
And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the early lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes the Texans now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So they go out of the gun, try to delay it on the draw, but nothing there.
Yeah, good play by the defense there. They sniffed it out and made sure there were no gaps for him to run. If you're the offense, though, you have to think to yourself, maybe I go play action down the road.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Plays like this when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. They'll run it now out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game and any defensive court.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans are an extra point away from taking the lead. And his kick is right through. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. Just they move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. Now Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. We saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top. When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Their big-bodied receiver, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bills have retaken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And they're going to need another score. Got one last time, but still down here.
When you're playing catch-up, every possession becomes crucial, doesn't it? It's vital. Get back out on the field, punch it in the end zone again. They know it's not easy, but what they do have going for them, they did score the last time. They think they've got a good formula working.
And what about the defense?
Well, now you're just saying to yourself, okay, we gave up a score last time. What adjustments do we need to make to slow them down now and get the ball back for our own offense? Is it more pressure? Is it more zone? What do they have to do? They're trying to figure that out themselves.
We'll see if they can figure that out right here. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Carr now on first down. This is caught. Watkins. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's complete to Fuller. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 93 yards. And the Texans have once again taken the lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
And here come the Bills. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. And a couple of big boys up front defensively, and in that 4-3, those D tackles so vital.
Extremely vital. I love how you describe that, because if they control things up front, often it's over the guard. Sometimes they slide and make it over the center. It's really hard to get a play started then, because a lot of teams want to start inside out running the football. But against a good 4-3.
And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills getting set to go. And last time, one-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very...
And the ball is knocked out.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Over the middle, he's got Watkins. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. To throw, it's Carr. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Into the red zone, it's Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On second down, here's Carr. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now with 5 seconds left, not really enough time to run another play and then stop it. So on comes the field goal unit. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. So they kick it through to take the lead. There is a little bit of time left, though, here in the second quarter.
And while they're concerned about not giving up a big return or giving up points themselves going into the half, how good do they feel, though, putting points on the board themselves right near the end of the first half?
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Shift together here from the D-line. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. In motion, the tight end. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. On the run. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 19 yards away. And the Bills will extend their lead. And these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A look look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Second down following the run. They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Texans a first down.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Possible run anticipation. Here's the D-line sandwiches together. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their third of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
The reception good for 7. It's third down.
And on 3rd and 3, they decided to go with a dime package.
Yeah.
6 DBs.
Yeah, you're right. They've got 6 out there. Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Here we go on 4th down with Carr. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now Carr throwing left side here, and it's complete. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. Here's Carr, flushed out right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can. Now Carr, looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And for a 3rd time tonight, and he's got daylight. It's a foot race. A great read, and it's picked off. 20, 10, and they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way. That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski. Ask around. They'll tell you. He'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in. But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem. Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest. Flush to his right. And incomplete on the deep ball. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Carr now to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to have the football back as the 3rd. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They go back to the air here after the INT. And that's caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? He did not. Ruled incomplete. Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he let him a little too much there. Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play there on the screen pass. 30 yards. A well-executed screen pass means the offensive line has bluffed the defenders. They make them think that they can just get through and get to the quarterback. Instead, they're setting them up. Little screen pass, lopped it over them, and now they're in front, and they get downfield for big yardage when they do it right. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Coons on now to kick this one away following the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
He's got his man on the crossing route. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing on first down is Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Shift together here from the D-line. Carr to throw on 2nd down. The 20. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's brought down, but not before reaching the 8-yard line.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Oh, no, he lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
Yeah, pounced right back on it, keeps possession. Now, it looks like they might be expecting a pass, an extra DB in on 3rd and... Oh, no, he lost the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this Texans defense stands tall. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call the timeout. A couple of Bills team up to bring him down there. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Brandon, more and more offenses are going to the philosophy of using every inch of the field to try and spread things out. And when your running back can catch the ball as well, it can only help your offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. They'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. On third down, he'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's fourth down.
Well, to say that this has not been his game is probably a big understatement. I mean, he is all over the place. Mechanics are off, not accurate, except if you're playing on defense, because they picked off a good number of passes.
Yeah, all the INTs, but they're throwing it off his back foot. Pressure coming, just chucking it downfield. He can't. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of...
Now the Bills will take another timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. So we got free of one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. And now out come the Bills. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation.
And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Still a one-possession game, but the defense got the stop. They've got the football now. Just salted away, right?
Exactly. That's all the defense is counting on from their offense. They did their job in a big way. You know they're over on the sidelines now starting to take their tape off and, hey, we've done this thing. The offense has to put it away, and that means ball security.
Absolutely. Stranger things have happened. Partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, Week 1. You had the